Microsoft has promised more Xbox hardware is still on the way. Despite low sales numbers for their hardware and the canned Xbox handheld that is rumored to be because AMD required a guarantee that they would sell at least 10 million units, Microsoft has assured gamers that future first-party consoles and devices are still being designed, engineered, and built by Xbox. They have pointed to the multi-year partnership that they entered with AMD earlier this year. With that said, it still looks like their main focus remains on Game Pass, with rumors of a free ad-supported tier of streaming-only Game Pass on the horizon. Okay, I can see from your face, but hold on a second. Okay, we have a video coming soon about the state of Xbox that you should keep an eye out for. I actually filmed my part of it today, and I want to talk about ad-supported, free, streaming-only Game Pass. Luke, would you like to translate that look on your face into words? Do you have words?
Mostly sadness, I think.
Because you were a bit of an Xbox boy.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Original Xbox, Xbox 360 were a huge deal. Loved both of those consoles. Absolutely loved both those consoles. Just seeing either one of them immediately brings me joy. Like, fantastic pieces of equipment. They really fell off the rails in a big way immediately after the 360, and I think never got it back. The unhappy face isn't this, honestly. It just feels like, and it's Microsoft again. Oh, it feels like the same take that I have with Windows, which it's just been so long now of just junk. The original Xbox and Xbox 360 were an amazing value prop. Came with incredible exclusives, fantastic games, fantastic hardware, great experience, and then it just went and never came back.
So like them one
not making
what were the bangers on the Xbox One? I don't know. When did Gears hit? Was that that was 360, right? Xbox One was Gears of War 1, right?
No.
Oh no, that was 360.
The original Gears of War was either 360 or the original one.
No, it wasn't original Xbox, I don't think.
Yeah, so I'm pretty sure it's 360 then.
Titanfall 2, says Mav. Okay.
That was multi-platform.
Yeah, Gears of War was 360. Halo 2.
No. People are just naming stuff that was on the old versions. Halo 2 was playable on the original Xbox, but primarily came out for the 360. It was really designed for the 360, but it was playable on the original Xbox, if I remember correctly. Or maybe we just got our internet module thing late. I don't know.
What was killer for Xbox One? I'm trying to even remember the Xbox One. Did anybody care about the Xbox One? Gears 4 to 5 on the Xbox One.
Halo 5 Guardians, Gears 5, Forza.
No, man, Fable 1 was like OG Xbox. That wasn't
Fable 1's old.
Wasn't Xbox One.
Fantastic game, but old. So like this is just downhill. What year did the
Red Dead 2 is cross-platform, so that's not going to fly.
Yeah, that's not going to work at all. 2013. Wow. Right around the time that Windows started getting really terrible as well. Interesting. I don't know what changed that. I genuinely don't. I'm not actually alluding to anything. It's just interesting that the timelines are similar.
When did Bill Gates step down?
Way before that, didn't he?
Well, yeah, but I mean, it takes a long time for the pipeline
That's fair, but I think it was like way before that.
Step down as CEO. I'm just curious. I'm not saying that he was like a great leader or whatever. 2000. He stepped down.
It's kind of
so that was way before.
Yeah.
All right.
What are you talking about? Yeah, okay. So, but my actual sadness here wasn't about the Xbox hardware thing because, in my opinion, that's been dead for 12 years.
Right.
So, I already kind of moved on from Xbox hardware. The thing that I like about Xbox hardware is the controllers now. I would be really sad if they stopped making controllers, and it impacts my life literally not at all that they stopped making consoles, despite being as you said, an Xbox boy.
Right.
Because they just completely lost me, which sucks.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of a good reason to game on an Xbox. the cheap hardware was one,
not
but
that cheap
then
anymore.
they've hiked the prices.
Didn't they increase the price recently for the same console?
Yeah,
like when does that happen?
Remember when mid-cycle consoles would maybe go down in price? Do you remember
They'd either
that?
go down or you'd get like slim versions
Yeah.
or whatever.
Or they'd start coming with bundled games
Sure.
and like extra controllers. Like there'd
or
be
cool variants
like
like
value add.
translucent purple.
Yeah. That's crazy though. Who would do that with their screwdriver?
What? Huh?
That's crazy.
That is crazy.
That's crazy.
That is crazy indeed. Yeah, so it's like the thing that I'm sad about here, and I know I'm going to catch flack for this, but the thing that I'm sad about here is you can play the games for free with ads.
So do you think that's bad?
Why
do you think that's bad?
Is a stepping stone, in my opinion.
I mean, is it
to even more increasingly annoying things?
Is it any different from what we already have in like microtransaction hell?
I think it's just progressive.
I mean, it's basically just mobile gaming then.
This is my point.
Oh, I see. Okay. So you're just like, okay, well,
we already ads will start being made with this in mind. Sorry, games will start being made. I mean, same deal, unfortunately. Games will start being made with this in mind.
But
mobile games don't need to be as bad as they are. They have the hardware. They have the performance to make them better. They don't on purpose.
The ad-supported tier in mobile games, though, is just to get you going onto the microtransactions.
Yeah.
And PC games are already made for microtransactions.
Which
so
is why it just feels progressive.
It's like we skipped stage 2 cancer and we went straight to stage 4. Like, I don't think
we even skipped stage 2 or 3. I think we did them.
Well, when did we have ad-supported games on PC? Like if you're saying like I'm saying ad-supported is like one of the stages we went through to get to.
In a few games, there are already games that have funding from ads.
Yeah,
just in very alternative ways. This is the most blatant because there's already been like paid billboard ads. There's even been games that have the ads in them update over time.
Okay, tell me this. If the idea is that the ad supports the streaming of the game, then the game developer isn't really being incentivized in any way to put ads in the game itself. And it's a source of revenue that is completely separate from any kind of microtransaction.
You don't know how the revenue sharing is happening.
That's true.
So if your game gets more ad views...
Oh, so you're worried about just things getting like super grindy?
So what I was saying was that I'm worried about games being made with this in mind. Because the same thing happened with microtransactions. When microtransactions came in, cool cosmetics for accomplishing cool things...
Went away.
Yeah. When microtransactions came in, fun cheat codes went away.
I've had an intrusive thought. You know how many loading zones there are in Starfield?
This is my point.
Ad break.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So like just the fact that mechanism is there concerns me. You understand streaming economy, it can't just be free. Ads make sense to make it cheap. That's fully understand that. That's not the point at all. The point is the perverse incentive that happens to the developers.
Right.
Because now they would be incentivized. I'm assuming if your game plays way more ads than other people's games, you're going to get more money. I don't know when the ads play. I don't know if it's during the game. I don't know if it's during load screens.
It can't just be like in the middle of lining up a headshot.
No.
Obviously. Yeah. So it has to be at some kind of a natural break.
It could be that you can't launch the game until you play a certain amount of ads or something.
Right.
I don't know.
But I'm sure that starting with playing a bunch of ads and then the game going will turn into playing a bunch of ads and then in between rounds could turn into whatever.
This is the sadness.
I see. Okay.
I think gaming was better when you owned less games because you bought them. I don't think having access to 700 games made my life better. When I had an Xbox and I had like 5 games, it was great. And that was totally fine. And I bought them and there wasn't ads and there wasn't microtransactions and it was fantastic. I don't need infinite game on Game Pass for free, but I have to watch ads. I don't want that.
But you can also afford regular Game Pass or just buying
Even
games.
when I couldn't, I preferred it. I would just have less games. Like I said, when I had just like a few games in an Xbox, when my brother and I had to go do random chores and odd jobs around the neighborhood to be able to afford a Super Nintendo, even when like the N64 was out, whatever, I preferred the fewer games that I had that did not have the ads. That is nostalgia talking. It aggressively is not, and I promise you, that is not at all what's happening.
Yeah, you don't know this man.
I promise you that is not the case. It's not like a
100%.
gaming boomer. It's genuinely not rose-tinted glasses looking at the past. It is actually not that. That is not the case whatsoever. It is a degradation of gaming quality. I loved that tons of games used to come with cheat codes that just made the game fun and silly. I loved games being more contained, compartmentalized experiences. I loved doing weird things in game and getting rewarded with like cool, fancy stuff. Instead of most of the cool stuff being locked behind cosmetics that you buy in a store. And if you don't think that's happening, you're nuts.
Basically, what Luke misses is the dopamine hit being because you did something, rather than the dopamine hit being because you paid for something.
Yeah. And even if you're like, oh, those mechanisms are still there, they're not prioritized.
Well, yeah, because it's way more profitable to prioritize giving you a dopamine hit for watching an ad or giving you a dopamine hit for paying money.
And it's such an incredibly powerful force. And again, if you don't think it is, you're probably just being manipulated. Sorry.
Wow. Dropping truth bombs.
What it is.
Are you gonna like, warn them to get to an evac zone before you drop truth bombs like that?
Nope.
Our discussion question here is actually kind of unrelated. Why is the Steam Deck considered such a huge success when it's rumored to have sold somewhere in the neighborhood of around 5 million units? PS Vita sold 10 to 15 million units. Wii U sold about 13 million, and both are considered to be historic bombs. I actually think I have a good answer if you don't have one ready, but I was curious to hear your take.
First, I have a couple angles.
I'm going to go with expectations.
Yeah.
The expectations for Linux gaming was that it was just never going to happen. And I don't mean the optimists. They thought Linux gaming had already happened. And for them it had. But for the rest of the world, for my nephew, it hadn't happened. Steam Deck made that happen. I guarantee you there are more people gaming on a Steam Deck right now than there were cumulatively ever before that on Linux. Like, huge. Millions of units is incredible for like gaming on Linux. So what that, and it's also their first crack at it. So it's a data point, right? Whereas the Wii U and the PS Vita, they were data points that took a sales trend and went like this with it. The Steam Deck is a sales trend that is at the very beginning.
That most external analysts thought would be a failure.
And that we think is probably going to go like this.
Was a keyword.
Right? Is probably going to go like this. So it's extremely exciting. Reason number 2 that the Steam Deck is considered a success is that the PS Vita and the Wii U had very limited game libraries. The Wii U did have some bangers, but a lot of those bangers ended up selling big on the Switch.
Yeah.
They didn't end up selling big, or on the Wii, right? Like,
that's true.
They ended up selling on the consoles that were on either side of the Wii U. And yeah, the PS Vita had some bangers too. But when you compare that to the Steam Deck, Valve's business model is to take 30% of every flipping game on Steam. And the Steam Deck is such an enabler of more hours spent gaming. I guarantee you that the economics of the Steam Deck have worked out way better for Valve than the PS Vita or the Wii U ever did for Sony or for Nintendo. So those are my two main arguments, is expectations and sort of future opportunity that is unlocked by the Steam Deck compared to those other two, and also the ability to attach software to it. Is like, I have literally bought games that I go, I would never play this game except that I'm going to be stuck somewhere with only a handheld, and it's a perfect game to play on my handheld. Like, I would never play Vampire Survivors on my desktop. Never. I wouldn't touch that game on my desktop. Not because it's a bad game. I probably have like 30 hours in it, 35 hours in it, but it's all on my Ally, all of it. It's a mobile game for me. It's like, I have 10 minutes. Yeah, I'll just fire up Vampire Survivors.
Yeah, my main thing was expectations. The other one was highly related to your other comment of like the future stuff, because the 13 million Wii U's sold were sold to a bunch of people that, I don't know, weren't super enthusiastic, I guess. I liked my Wii U a lot, actually. But most people that I knew that got one were like, it's kind of a Wii.
But your big thing was Mario Kart. You played the crap out of Mario Kart 8.
Incredible. If Mario Kart 8 didn't exist, I don't think I would look back on the Wii U nearly as positively.
Yeah.
There were cool things about it, but really it was a Mario Kart 8 machine.
So if you really loved Mario Kart 8, the Wii U was a banger of a console.
Yeah, but if not...
Or like that cool 4-player...
Dude.
Side scroller.
This is the reason why it would still look good to me, because I think it was Mario Brothers Wii U, something, or Mario Brothers U. That's what it was. You could play 4 characters playing the actual side-scrolling game, and then you had one like kind of God mode character that could like put down little platforms for them, which ultimately turned into, as someone was jumping, you put down a platform in their way so that they smack into it and fall down. And you troll your friends. That was really fun. The actual like unique controller tablet thing was actually really cool. But anyways, the buyers of the Switch, the Steam Deck, not the Switch, are like really into it. Like, I see a surprising amount of them on planes.
Oh yeah.
All the time.
Oh yeah.
And there's that like, wait, what's that? And maybe that person who asked that question isn't going to buy it now because it's like kind of 2 years old at this point, whatever. I don't know.
3.5, but who's counting?
3.5, sure. Wow, it's been a while. But they might get interested in other handhelds. They might wait for the next one, whatever. Yeah. But it's that first one that doesn't necessarily sell as crazy as it could, just because it wasn't as known, and it's quite a daring piece of technology to put out there. Like, my goodness. Especially with SteamOS. But I suspect the next one will do even better.